I think I'm live. What's up, everyone? Today, you're going to... Yeah, we're live. Today, we're going to finish the enemy. Show you right here. I've got two attack patterns, just straight regular attack and air attack. I'll go ahead and show you. But here's the air attack, and if you hit the dodge key, you reflect. But if you miss the reflect, the enemy doesn't go anywhere. And then the normal attack is just on the ground. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some type of attack animation for the ground attack. And then I need the enemy to fly away if he's in the air and you miss the deflect. And then I want, if the deflect lands, then I want to kill the enemy. Yeah, so we handle it through here. This is the ground attack. This is the air attack. We have a shoot projectile here. And then update the projectile. This logic handles if the projectile is deflected. So this is where we're going to kill enemy. We'll probably use like a Boolean value. If true, because in the main script is where I handle deleting the enemies. So I imagine we just do like a Boolean value here. And then if like do some pseudocode, if deflect land excuse me. If deflect land, then delete it, I guess. And then maybe we have to do this. It equals enemies dot erase it to get it out of the whatever it's called here, the list or array or whatever. Yeah, it gives me nothing. But there should be some type of like vector that we it equals enemies begin. I think this creates a vector. But yeah. So we got pseudocode if deflection lands. If deflect lands. Okay. Next up, I would like to code the normal attack, some type of animation for attacking that if you miss the, if player misses attack, that if player misses attack, enemy does to player. And then enemy leaves after attacking player, which I have attack animations for him. I need some caffeine. I'm tired. Anytime I stream, right before I start streaming, I just get back from the gym. So I'm a little gassed right now, and I'm not gonna eat anything until 2. I'll use caffeine. I just ran the program on accident without even pressing anything. Okay. Attack animation. I'm wondering, we'll do the attack animation first for ground because that's going to be easier. I'm I'm thinking if enemy position equals, if enemy dot pos equals, we'll say the value is 375. Then state equals ground attack, and then here's where we handle states. State attack. You know, we don't need to change state at all. Then enemy dot texture. Enemy dot texture equals attack. Let's go ahead and import that attack animation. I need to get some music going too. It was really foggy this morning when I was going to the gym, so I think we throw a little bit of Silent Hill music on. For our background for this stream. Alright. Need to find our assets folder real quick. Get that asset into the project. Enemies and monsters. Flying Eye attack. Oh, there's a flight animation for this too. I think the flight animation is actually what I'm using as the base Flying Eye. Looks like it. Okay, attack. Okay, so first up I want to make sure it's working. So I believe it's when we create the enemy, we set push back new enemy. We set the texture, I think. No, we should be setting it in the state. No, we don't. We should be. Where do we set it then? assets dot, it would be assets dot here, assets dot flying eye attack. Yes, sweet, okay. Dot flying eye. So in the player, I believe when we handle our state management, that's when we handle the texture. Yes, so we need to do the same system for the enemy. And we're using running texture. Texture equals running texture. Enemy, we have texture. Running texture equals running texture. Okay. And that only happens once. So we can texture equals running texture. And under air attack, texture equals running texture. Okay, and then here, if enemy dot position, oh, no, pause, it's just position in here. It is, it's vector 2, I believe. No, dest dot x equals, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Just say 600. Texture equals okay. Attack texture. Then under here, texture 2D attack texture. Flying eye attack. Okay. Now we can come in here. Texture equals flying eye attack. So, undefined. Attack texture. Wow. Attack texture. Correct. Assets not flying eye attack. That's random spawner. Why is it doing that? Oh, because we're putting this in the fucking air attack. What did we break? Okay, still, we're not broken. So, I think then that this might... We're handling it in state. We can't continuously change the texture to running texture in the state. If so we spawn the enemy, we pick a random state, we set the position, add it to the vector, and then the enemy spawned. And then we go to state. State runs so if we spawn attack, we're in the base running texture, and we're updating attack. Maybe we could put it there. Update attack. So the hurt box based off the dest. We're subtracting. If dest is less than 0 minus 50, that's oh, that's just, that's if it leaves the screen it comes back. Doesn't leave. We can keep that logic, or we make a boolean to delete. Attack texture. I don't... We would have to do like if s.x is this is why. If it's greater than 600, not equal. And if s.x is less than 600, texture running texture. And then boom. We make this an else. Texture equals attack texture, and then we're updating the attack, which moves the enemy off the screen, applies hurt box as well. Let's see. Oh, we just have the logic backwards. Okay. Greater than 600, running texture else, and then we can lower the value to 300, see if that attacks the player. We need to force a low spawn. I had 420. Okay. If can we break out an above be looped in order to break? Attack texture. do something ghetto like this. No, not and. S.X is greater than 420 running texture, and then it hits 420, we use the attack texture. I only want to use it once, is the thing. We can break out of an if else. I guess we just do if des.x here, then 400. What's up, Visney? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you back as well. How are you doing? It's not a long enough bite. We'll run tree 50 and then 275. Well, not 2750. Maybe this works. Let's see. Oh, I know what we need to do. Else current frame equals 0. We're just playing the animation really weird. We're not starting from 0 frame. Didn't work. Oh, because we're setting current frame every time. It's 350 and current frame equals 0. Maybe. I mean, that logically makes sense to me. Spawn on the ground. There we go. Nope. And current frame equals 0. Why did that just... .x is less than 350 and current frame equals 0. We'll try this. Yeah, that works. Okay. And we up the value for 450 so I can have the entire animation, and by the time it hits the animation, it should eat the player. Though I was the only one that shoots everything until I hit the target when debugging. What? I was the only one that shoots everything until I hit the target. Try 550 and 275. Although I don't think the 275 really matters. Spawn on the ground. There we go. Ooh, so close. 520. Oh, you thought you were the only one that shoots everything until I hit the target. Yeah. Sometimes I'll What broke? What? Oh, because the animation's always going to be different. Yeah, we need a different system on this. Yeah, because if we like super speed these guys, then... But if we like super slow them... No, that works. It is slightly delayed though. 540. If it's greater than 540, if it's less than 540. So sometimes I'll do like I'll set a key to change the value and debug live without like resetting, but sometimes it just... Oh, come on, so close. 545. I didn't think 5 pixels would be such a difference. Oh, what did I just break? Oh, that's an interesting bug. Okay, it doesn't... Why did it break when I did that, though? I have no idea how that bug just happened. Or how I'm ever going to be able to replicate it. Maybe it has something to do with game speed. No. No, but I'm not applying game speed to it, though. Yeah, I need to apply game speed to the projectile. I thought I was. Maybe direction also? No. Game speed there. The direction and projectile speed. I don't think that, because it's a vector, yeah. You know, that's not really, that's not the topic of today. We'll go ahead and put that on the debug list. Isn't being... being applied to game speed. Okay. Okay, first project that I wanted to do is done. That is add a animation to the normal ground attack. The second project was attack. Where did I put my pseudocode? Oh, kill enemy. So Boolean value to delete enemy in main. And then under update air attack, if fire projectile, then we want them to fly away. And the code for making them fly away. Okay. Projectile active equals true. I've never touched Love 2D. However, I heard Balatros made in Love 2D, and that kind of got me a little interested in checking it out. But it's Java, right? I have no understanding of Java at all. Java or JavaScript? Love 2D is oh, it's Lua. That's right. Yeah, I've never checked it out. I'm hoping it gets a lot more love because of love, because Balatro is made using Love 2D. That'll be awesome. I'm not a real big fan of using game engines to code games. Yeah, that's right. Java libgdx. Haven't touched that either. I wouldn't mind learning a little bit of Java at some point. Just because RuneScape, and I like RuneScape. Do they like using libgdx? It's only like 2D, isn't it? No way. Slay the Spire was made in libgdx. That's awesome. Diablo 2 remake? That is sick. Looks like a lot of mobile games are made using libgdx as well. PokeMMO, that's cool. Because they like Java somehow. You know, I hear bad things about Java. I don't know why though. Why do you say somehow they like Java? Is it like a bad language or something? Someone says Java's solution to the problem of C++ allowing you to blow your foot off was to just chop your legs off. I forget everyone's favorite Minecraft was made on LWJGL. Never heard of that. LWJGL. Lightweight Java game library. I did not know. So I knew Minecraft was made in Java. I didn't know you used this. Oh, does Vulkan GLFW? That's cool. Yeah, I may honestly pick up Java at some point. I'm the type of person that likes to think outside the box and do things that others aren't doing. Wrapper of C++ code for OpenGL. It's basically using Java to code C++ with GLAD and GLFW. What's GLAD? I know what GLFW is. I've done a little bit of OpenGL programming using GLFW. I actually just recently got back into OpenGL a little bit. called an extension loader, but in simple English, it's something you import into your something you import into your code that provides a function you can call which handles all of this mapping under the hood for you and reduces the amount of code you need to write. Okay. 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 All right. Back to what I was doing. After the projectile is shot, shoot projectile. We need some logic to delete. It leaves the screen. I stopped working on my little OpenGL engine, keeping it slow to not burn out myself. How far did you get in? So far, the furthest I've got was creating the triangle. But I'm going to put in a lot of time into OpenGL here soon. See how far I can go. I want to finish this game concept that I have here. I want an actual like game concept, not an actual game, just a concept of a game to be finished before I move on. And I've got until the end of February to do that. Materials and global direction. Yeah. Update projectiles where we actually draw the projectile. Where's that pseudocode? No, it's not. Draw is where we draw the projectile. If projectile is active. Oh, so we just need to well, 2D render inside of it to actually make a game with it. 2D render. 2D render inside of it to actually make a game. How much work would that 2D renderer be? Okay, so if projectile's not active, then we're no longer drawing circles. So, we already have logic to delete if it leaves the screen. So we don't have to worry about that at all. So, checking collision, circle rec, this is the player collision checking. And if player state is dodge, do we deflect the projectile? So we don't necessarily have to write it in there. If collision circle rec projectile position collision circle rec projectile position radius 50 size of our circle. Correct? It's the size of our circle. 25. 25. We'll keep it 50 here. Hurt box of the enemy. Okay. Enemy collision with projectile. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna read that. I just want to see if my projectile. Yes, it works. Cool. Okay. So this is where we can write our logic to pop that boolean up and delete the enemy. Okay. So my to-do list is basically 1, 2D render, 2, make it a lib so the entire engine is not shipped with the game, 3, make game. The 2D render is just taking everything you learned for 3D and removing projection. So the Z coordinate, correct? Not too much hard, just boring and refactor everything. It's actually easier because it's mostly a quad with a RGBA texture. See, I don't understand what a quad is. Quad. You know, I was reading something in my game development book as well about how people will make 2D rendering engine or 2D physics in a 3D environment, just remove all of the 3D elements of it. But some games they'll leave it in, like Trials. Do you remember the Trials games? The motorcycle games? I don't have Steam up. Trials Fusion, Trials Evolution, Trials 2. And that was actually kind of a cool concept I was thinking too, because like the game is locked in 2D space. Everything is built, like the course is built in 2D space, but it's a 3D game still. But when you die in that game, it brings back the 3D elements, the 3D game physics, so your character can fly literally anywhere in the 3D space. Boolean. Projectile hit enemy equals false. Projectile hit enemy equals true, and then this is the spawner. This is the delete if attacked. So technically we should be able to just copy paste this code and then just apply this code here. Let's say duplicate it. If it enemy projectile hit enemy should work. Then we can we could do a code fixing later. We broke something. Okay. It's just not as simple as copy pasting. A quad is basically 4 vertices you send to the GPU and tell it to be drawn. When learning OpenGL, you start with rendering triangles and then go for quads. So just literally triangles to squares. And 2D renderers are basically that. A quad, a piece of square paper, okay, where you draw text or sprites. Okay. I feel like I feel like I understand now. So the way I'm thinking of it is like you have what's it called? Unreal, right? Unreal is 3D and it's not built for 2D at all. However, you can make 2D games using Unreal, and you would do that literally just by creating the 2D like square and then create the textures over that square. Delete it. Okay, I think I need some chat GPT for this here. First, I need to understand what this code does. That's the gist of it. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me that. The loop initializes an iterator it at the beginning of the enemy's container and continues until it reaches the end. Okay. For each enemy pointed to by the iterator, the code checks if the attack property is true. So we need to duplicate the entire thing, not just this line of code. And then if it projectile hit enemy. I think that should work. Okay, no more memory error. We need an air spawn. No. Oh. Ah, the okay. Projectile hits the enemy whenever it spawns. But we could make the projectile spawn in front of the enemy. Or maybe... we do some logic to where if the projectile passes a certain coordinate threshold. No, actually what we just do is here. No, that didn't work. Okay, collision layers for now at Enum could work, I guess. An enumerator for what? Collision layers. Never heard of collision layers before. Oh, you know, I have worked with collision layers in Godot. You know, I could also do a Boolean value, projectile deflected equals true. I mean, I could do something like this, and just do like an and deflected. Could do that. There we go. Oh, and it also handles the deletion of the circle. That was completely accidental. Okay, collision layers. That would have to be like a system though, wouldn't it? Like, because I have an engagement manager class that I just realized I'm gonna have to eventually put all my collision logic that I just put in here into into this engagement manager to keep things clean. So collision layers using an enumeration. Yeah, so like, if I remember right, using when I was using Godot, player could collide with obstacles or platforms, but enemy couldn't. I actually really like the idea of doing collision layers. That's something I'm gonna have to practice outside of this program to be able to implement it. Okay. Iterates through enemy's vector to check if enemy has been attacked and then delete enemy. To check if enemy has been hit by deflected projectile, then delete enemy. An entity would need some control of what layer am I a part of and what layers do I check. Yeah. I'd be able to actually open a Godot project where I was using layers. I only like dipped my toes into using layers. And it was through a tutorial as well. Like 6 months ago almost. Damn. So I learned the concept. I didn't actually learn how to do it myself. Enemy player .gd node history inspector. Man, I completely forgot how to use Godot. I haven't touched it in a while. Would it be player.scene? No. Do I need to go into 2D? Inspector, yes. Transform, no. Material process. There it is, visibility. No, not visibility. Oh, it might be the collision shape. I wonder how well I would do if I was to pick up Godot or Unity again. So now that I've done some learning of how like collision works, how I like animate sprites, particles, stuff like that. Logic, game logic for sure. Well, my second of 2 projects today are finished. I think that I should focus on cleaning some code up now. I should start with this collision here. Collision manager. Inside. I mean, technically, what that just told me is I could just delete all that code and it fucking works. I am allowing links. I just don't understand if... Okay, yeah, it broke. So, in my chat settings, I should be allowing links. I just don't know if it's working or not. Let me double check again real quick, and then see. Anyone can send messages. Live chat's up. Live chat replays up. Okay, hold on. I have an idea. Give me 1 second, I'll read your comment. Channel URL of the approved user. Channel URL right here. Okay, you should be able to post links now. I added you to an approved user list so that you should be able to just post whatever now. You asked ChatGPT if bit sets can be used to implement collision layers. You think it's what Godot uses. I actually don't know how they work, but I know they exist. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Layers work. See, property determines which group or layer an object belongs to. I remember doing that. Think of it as an identity of the object in the physical world. For example, you might have layers for player, enemy, environment, etc. So an enumerator. This property specifies which layer an object should check for collisions against in the word. In other words, it defines which groups the object is interested in colliding with. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Okay, so ChatGPT says it would have done something like this. Layer none. Whoop. Layer none equals 0. Duplicate layer equals 1. What? Why input operator? Because that's the layer it interacts with, I guess. I've never seen an enumerator syntactically look like this. I tried to paste my ChatGPT link, but it seems damn. Sorry. Thanks for catching that. Okay, so you should be able to see it now. Environment. Yeah, so this is 2 0 1 2 3. This is how ChatGPT is telling me it would work. I'm gonna ask it to explain this because bit flags. Each value is set using bit shifting, ensuring each layer corresponds to a unique power of 2, for example. What is this song? Alright, okay, I need to do some code. Okay, we should move on. You can update. Start small at the enemy spawner. Okay. if enemy spawner dot spawn enemy. Okay, now if spawn enemy and spawn enemy is false. But we'll need to pass the vector in here we created. Yes, we need the vector to be in here. Vector of enemy pointer. Why a constant? Why assets? Oh, gotcha. Include asset manager. Open source. Why? Realize before I even fucking do all this, I should commit changes. Okay, committed. Let's push it too. No, because we've interesting. We forgot the .h. That's why. Okay. Well, in the enemy spawner, we need delta time. We need that vector of pointer enemy dereference. Wow. Dereference enemies. Reference to assets. And then we need the screen width. Why is it incompatible? Just ignore it. What did you come up with? Here with a bit set code. I'll try again. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and I think I can, honestly. Looks like I'm fine to do it. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably have to do Discord. Because if you look here, I'm not blocking links. And I've added you as an approved user. You should be able to just post anything you want. With no problems at all. I don't know. I'll get you my Discord. Alright, should be sent. Okay, if my layers and other bitset.any and collided. Yeah. It would have my layer and then it would have other bitset layers. There's 2 and 4. Oh, constant. No. I'm so confused why it's telling me that incompatible. It literally copy pasted. I think I just need to eat some food. Feed my brain. Berkey would check a game object collision layer with another game object collision mask. Alright. If okay, update timers, timer stay. If spawn enemy. Where's the exact same logic I've got here? Let's rewrite it. May as well. Enemy pointer, new enemy equals new enemy. Flying eye attack. Oh. Okay, and then we get coin flip. Modulo 2. If result equals 0, new enemy, set attack state. Back else. Enemy. Set attack state, enemy state, air attack. push back the vector. You know what I mean? Okay, so the issue is with screen width here. It's spelled exactly the same. Okay. What's up, Audio Tour? Welcome back to the stream. It's good to see you. Okay, check a game object collision layer with another game object collision mask. Yeah, so like player collision layer 1, enemy collision mask 2. But if the enemy was on collision layer 2, it just would really literally make no difference at all. And projectile layer dot any we collided successfully. But I don't know, at least now I know how bit sets work. Hate the compiler, not the language. Hate the player, not the game. Dude, I love C++ too. It's so much fun. I get kind of bored coding Python. That's the only other really language that I know. A little bit of GD script as well. Life is going really well. School is going really well. It is a decent amount of work, but it's easily manageable and still lets me continue to work on my own projects like this. And I get to play a little bit of video games as well. So it's school's fucking awesome. Other than that though, yeah. How's life been for you? Why does this not like screen width? An integer value under main as well. Right. Float. Maybe we just need to make it const. He just wants it to be const. Yeah, he just wants it to be const. But now it's not accepting screen width. Int to float. Gotcha. Conversion from int to float. So static casted to float. And that should fix it. There we go. Jeez. Everything is fine so far, other than recently burning a circuit in the motherboard. For your main computer? Do you know how that happened? I'm assuming you have to get a whole new motherboard if that happens, right? Yeah, flout. Okay, so let's check and see if what I just made worked. Okay, so we need the update function needs delta time, then it needs enemies, and then it needs assets, and then it needs screen width. Do not believe I need to like dereference these at all. It would already be happened in the function. Does it work? We broke everything. Sounds good, Visney. I appreciate you coming in and talking. I'm gonna cut the stream in like 11 minutes. Unless I don't figure this out. Yeah, stream's gonna end soon, so hope you enjoy Mountain Blade. Oh, secondary. Thermal paste was dry and it ended up cooking my laptop. You know, so there's this streamer that I watch. Sorry, I'm tired. There's this streamer that I watch, and he doesn't understand how to build PCs or anything. And so he went through a company, and he had been streaming Rust for like 5 years on the same computer. Decided to upgrade graphics cards and processors in his build that he streams off of. And apparently, he went to the same company. That company forgot to apply thermal plates at all to his streaming PC. And so he's like, they're like, oh my god, that was such an oversight, or like such a mess up that we decided we're just going to give you a free processor for our screw up. But it's amazing this guy was able to stream Rust for this long, no thermal paste on his PC, and it never like fried the processor. Undeclared identifier. You know, I've never seen this. Call an enemy or make a vector of enemy pointers and then immediately. I've never seen that before. I don't know why ChatGPT told me to do that. I mean, it's probably important. I don't understand thermal paste. You know, ChatGPT would probably tell me about it. How like a thin layer of paste is able to like prevent it from getting hot, and for like how long? I haven't changed my processor in about 5 years, and I've never had any overheating issues with the CPU. I have like a i9 9900. Okay, so tell me that enemy header needs to be... Makes sense. Does it work? Nice! Deflect works as well? Yup. And it only applies to that enemy? Oh, one thing we forgot to do is to make the enemy fly away if the projectile is not... Whoops. Yeah, we need to make the enemy fly away. And push back enemies vector. Okay. Our code is already looking a lot more clean under main. I like that. You know, in my school, there's a lot of electrical engineers that are going to be there, and I want to make some friends who are electrical engineers, because I could be building the programs for their projects. And I actually had an idea for a project that would work well with an electrical engineer. I already forgot it though. I need to write it down. Alright, we need to apply this to Collision Manager now. Can I do it in 5 minutes? Doubt it. I should be able to. Should be able, yeah, because I would just need to put the enemy's vector into Collision Manager. That fucking pointer dereference that I did similar to this, I'm assuming it'll be literally just passing this. Engagement Manager. Grab the header. We'd be able to show them off. Yeah, absolutely. I would be able to. I would definitely show the code off. The idea is 3 years from now, when I graduate, to have continuously worked on this YouTube channel, releasing content consistently, and hopefully, I'm pretty sure in 3 years I'll have found my niche, and I'll have a decent viewership. Okay. Whoops. I figured that as long as I just like work on it, you know, as long as I'm consistent, it should happen. Okay, yeah, it literally, exactly what I was thinking. It tells me to, under Collision Manager, vector of enemy, pointer, dereference, enemies. Literally just tells me to do that. Which makes total sense. And then, let's just rewrite the code. Wouldn't hurt. Enemies, so begin. So iterate through the beginning. And then iterate to the end. For auto, iterate those enemies begin. Going to do the iteration. If attacked, or projectile hit enemy. That's not it. If. Now this is some weird syntax I've never seen before. Yeah, because I. If it attacked, expecting an expression. Okay. So we're just looking for delete it. Is that what it's looking for? No. we just pass enemies in. Does it work? It works. Erase your enemies, check if anyone attacked, or projectile lands, and then delete enemy. Okay. Ooh. Clean. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in main now that we need to clean up. Everything now is handled in its respective class. Sweet. The only thing I'm missing is that I want the enemy to fly away, but we're gonna do that another day. My brain is toast. Oh, the projectile now is affected by okay. I think I understand how that bug is happening. Yeah, I do. And it has to do with okay, projectile isn't being applied to game speed. It is now. Projectile is okay. It's if projectile doesn't have a clean deflection, it gets stuck on the player. I'm assuming it's the deflection logic angle, maybe. Our deflection logic is, oh, true. Oh, there's more code cleanup I have to do. Maybe. I think somewhere in here we have no. I think we fixed it. Yeah, so we're using Boolean values in order to handle the collision separately. So we're not handling the collision itself inside the enemy, which is not what I wanted, which is what I want to do. I want the collision to only be handled through engagement manager for my collision detection and management. And then I only want enemy functions like updates and drawing to be done to the enemy. So like shooting the projectiles, etc. I want to try something. Okay. Add flying eye, fly away projectile. Death for air attack. Parry. We did that. Boss class with boss enemy. That's a future to do. Deflection mod. What we're doing is projectile velocity times -1. Projectile direction, player speed. I'm not gonna do it now. So I think I can just change the logic. So the logic currently is that it's finding the direction based off of let me pause the music, it's getting fucking crazy. So it's choosing the direction based off of the target position and the projectile position. So player position and the projectile, which is created on destination X of the enemy, plus 45. So it shoots it kind of in front of it. So on deflection, I can create a new direction based off of opposite, which would be enemy position, projectile position. So that, not that it's going to apply to the game, but any direction that I'm at of the projectile is going to fire back to the flying eye no matter what. And then apply the same math. We pretty much just create a deflect projectile function that would replace this line of code here to ensure that if deflection is successful, it will always return to the player. Let's pseudocode that real quick. Projectile deflected. Vector 2 direction equals enemy position with projectile position. Projectile position should be being updated consistently. Yeah. Is it though? Let's check. Yes. Projectile position is consistently being updated. So yes, subtract enemy position with the projectile position. And then normalize. Okay, projectile speed stays constant. Do we need to create velocity? I think velocity stays the same. Direction, projectile speed. Yeah, I think it stays the same. Yeah. It would be when deflection is true, apply this following function to projectile. Okay. I like that. Okay, we're gonna cut the stream off then. Made some really good progress. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate you coming in.